Did you know that before COVID-19, TikTok had around 50 million US users, but today the number has exploded to 170 million active users. And that's only here in the US. Globally, it's reached over 1 billion users. And it's not just dance videos and funny skits. And for an average of 58 minutes a day, around 5 million businesses and organizations were using TikTok as of last year. And many of them were nonprofits and faith-based organizations and churches and ministries just like yours. So here's a big question. What happens when the tool that connects millions upon millions of people and businesses and organizations and nonprofits and churches is suddenly taken away? And if you're thinking, I don't use TikTok, so why should I care? Well, stick with me, because this isn't just about an app. It's about security and privacy and how we navigate a changing digital landscape. Well, hey there, fellow digital pilgrims. Welcome back to RevTech, where we navigate the wild waters of technology for faith-based organizations, nonprofits, and churches. Buckle up today because we're diving deep into the TikTok ban saga. It's like a Hollywood blockbuster, but with more legal jargon and a few less dance challenges. Well, anyway, let's get started. So, remember when your mom used to say, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed? Well, Congress took that energy and turned it into a law. They called it and wait for this, Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, or the PFACA, P-A-F-A-C-A for short. There is not one easy way at all to remember that. So let's just start out with the timeline for the PFACA. Okay, so here's how it went down. March 5th, 2024. PAFACA introduced in the House. Politicians suddenly become TikTok experts overnight. March 13th, 2024. The House passes the bill. TikTokers everywhere start sweating. April 23rd, 2024. The Senate says, ditto. The plot thickens. April 24th, 2024. President Biden signs it into law. Things get real. December 6th, 2024. Federal Appeals Court says, yep, it's legal. January 15th, 2025. Supreme Court unanimously rejects TikTok's appeal. Ouch. January 18th, 2025. TikTok goes dark in the US. Teens everywhere, including my son, who texts me on the phone saying, Dad, can you give me screen time for TikTok? Suddenly rediscover that there is an outside world. Like a game of hot potato, President Biden signs the law and then gracefully passed the steaming TikTok spud over to the next administration. Then President Trump hit the pause button with an executive order giving TikTok a 75-day reprieve. It's like when your alarm goes off and you convince yourself that just one more hour won't hurt. Well, spoiler alert, it always does. The presidential ping pong match isn't just about passing the buck, but it does showcase how complex this issue really is. Biden recognized that national security concerns, but also understood the potential economic fallout of an immediate ban. Trump surprised many with his delay tactic, some speculating that it's to allow time for a U.S. company to acquire TikTok, while others are seeing it as a strategic maneuvering in the ongoing U.S. versus China tech war. This back and forth highlights that this isn't just about an app that folks use to make fun music videos, but it is about data privacy, it's about national security, it's about international relations, there we go, and more. You know this is going to be a Netflix documentary coming up next year. All right. So there is a great debate going on, and that's whether we ban or whether we don't ban. To ban or not to ban? That is the question. It's a high-stakes game of tug-of-war with national security on one side and then free speech and opportunity on the other hand. Team ban it. National security concerns. U.S. officials argue that TikTok could be used for espionage. FBI Director Christopher Wray warned that the Chinese government could compromise Americans' devices through the app. There's data privacy concerns. Fears are rampant about TikTok's data collection practices. Senator Josh Hawley claims that it can track your whereabouts and even read your text messages, and I wouldn't be surprised. Content manipulation. Some worry that China could use TikTok to influence U.S. public opinion by amplifying or suppressing certain content. And then there's, well, the team keep it. Well, there are First Amendment rights, and those are real. Supporters argue that banning TikTok violates free speech rights. It's become a major platform for political expression and business opportunity. There's an economic impact. A ban could really hurt US based employees and creators and marketers and advertisers who really rely on TikTok for income. Banning TikTok might stifle innovation in the tech sector. And if you think that's enough, well, the plot thickens when it comes to this thing called Project Texas. Have you heard of it? Project Texas is TikTok's Hail Mary pass to stay in the game. And it's not just about slapping a cowboy hat on some servers and calling it a day. Project Texas is a $1.5 billion initiative to store US user data on servers in a Lone Star state, and then creating a US-based team to oversee how the data flows. TikTok is saying, look, we're practically American now because we're... My wife's from Texas, so I can sing that song. President Trump is also floating the idea of a joint venture. Imagine TikTok going on a corporate version of The Bachelor with US companies vying for a piece of the TikTok pie. It's all part of the ongoing saga to keep TikTok operational in the US while addressing those pesky national security concerns. The future is about as clear as a muddy Texas creek after a rainstorm. I've seen that actually. My wife's family is from Egypt, Texas, and the creeks are really muddy. It's not clear water at all. We might see more legal challenges, ongoing negotiations, or even a complete restructuring of how TikTok operates in the US. One thing's for sure, though, this drama is far from over. Okay. Let's dive deeper into a biblical parallel, if you will. The TikTok ban isn't just about an app. It's a modern day Tower of Babel moment. In Genesis 11, humanity united to build a tower reaching the heavens. Their ambition was impressive, but their motives, not so much. The biblical texts imply that it was more about pride and power instead of unity and purpose. So fast forward today, and TikTok is our digital tower in many ways. Like the tower, it's a modern marvel of human ingenuity connecting billions across languages and cultures. And also like the Tower of Babel, it's tangled in issues of control and privacy and even power. So here's the $1 million question. Are we building these digital towers to glorify ourselves, to obtain power and control over the less than suspecting, and being focused on the Benjamins? Well, not like this. Get right. Or are we using technology to construct platforms that serve others, uplift humanity, and honor God? And let's be real. Are these digital towers so massive and used by so many people that we're blindlessly and mindlessly falling into a everybody's doing it mentality, so I might as well go ahead as well? Remember when your mom used to ask? I remember when my mother asked me this: if Johnny jumped off a bridge, would you? Well, now we're asking, if 170 million people use an app that might compromise their safety and security, should you? And this question is for me too, because I also, RevTech also is on TikTok. For churches and nonprofits, this is both a challenge and an opportunity. How do we ensure that our digital strategies align with our mission? Not just chasing convenience or popularity. How do we navigate this digital world while staying true to our values? And crucially, how do we educate our communities and our colleagues and our constituents about the complexities and potential pitfalls of our digital landscape? So, if in March, TikTok falls off into the sunset, don't fret. The internet world is your oyster, and there are plenty of fish in the digital sea. Let's explore some of these options. Well, you still have Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. And those are platforms like TikTok's cousins almost, offering similar short form video content. You've got Twitch, great for live streaming, especially if you're doing gaming and you want to host live Q&A sessions. Yes, Twitch is also for more than just gaming. You've got LinkedIn. Don't laugh, it's not just for job hunting. It's a great professional content platform, and it reaches many different demographics of people. You've also got faith-based platforms like Ministry Life that I'm developing. More on that coming soon. Offers a secure, uplifting space for engagement, and other options like Faith Life, YouVersion, and PureFlix as well that have opportunities to share in content and communication. And then there's Pinterest and Snapchat. Yes, Snapchat and Pinterest are still here, and they're still pretty large. They haven't gone up to be with the MySpace and Bebo ghosts yet. So Remember, diversification is key. Don't put all of your digital eggs in one TikTok basket. Spread your content across multiple platforms to reach a wider audience and protect yourself from potential platform shutdowns. So, here's a call to action. What can you do? Well, let's break this down into about 7 actionable steps. The first one, let's stay informed. Yes, there is way too much going on, and the tech landscape changes faster than a chameleon on a disco floor. But if you're going to put something out there inside of the internet tubes, then you should be aware of how it can be used and what the company that you're using plans to do with it. Number 2, keep your mission at the center. Technology should serve your purpose and not the other way around. Technology is just a tool. It's how we use it that matters. And tech can, and I'll argue, should be used to further our missions in the same way that a car or an office or a mobile phone, like one of the ones that I oftentimes use to record videos on, can further your mission as well. Next up, evaluate your digital strategy. Are your tools secure? Are they really secure? Are you reaching your audience where they are? Are you ensuring that your volunteers, the folks you serve, and their families and their children, that they're safe and they're secure? Because it really is hard out there in those digital streets. Yeah. And in all seriousness, that's what we want to provide for you here at RevTech. Number 4, educate your community and your constituents. Host workshops about digital literacy, and I can help with that as well, and online safety. Number 5, foster genuine human connections. Let me say that again. Foster genuine human connections. Technology is just a tool. Why not use it to focus on building real, human, live, flesh-based relationships? I'm neck deep in tech, but there's nothing more that I love than cuddling on my couch with my wife, my grown-sized kids, my 275-pound golden doodles, my 18-pound Maine Coon, while I'm sipping on kombucha, while I'm watching a movie, and I'm struggling to keep my legs from cramping up and losing all the blood because everybody's piled on me, and I'm at the bottom of a crude pile. You know what a crude pile is, right? Support ethical technology. Consider supporting or partnering with tech companies that prioritize user privacy and ethical data practices. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, pray for wisdom. I'm being real about this. As we navigate this complex digital landscape, let's not forget to seek divine guidance. Pray for wisdom about how to use technology in a way that honors God and serves others. Yes, I believe that God works online too. Remember, we're called to be in the world, but not of the world, and to be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. And this applies to our digital lives too. In tech, but not of tech. And wise as all get out. Let's use technology as a tool for good, always keeping our values and our mission at the forefront. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in to RevTech. Stay blessed and keep scrolling responsibly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others navigating their digital journeys too. Until next time, RevTech out.